team, and it's been tough for them to focus on hockey. But now he says leaving town should help. Quote, "We're going to San Jose on a mission to dedicate our games to Columbine High School." The delayed game one of the Avs and the Sharks, both teams wearing the CH patches in memory of the kids in Littleton, Colorado. Both coaches and their staffs wearing ribbons on the suits. First period, Sharks a breakaway chance. Marco Sturm with an opportunity, point blank, but Patrick was there. Not once but twice, saving the rebound as well. He had 9 saves in the first. Later in the first, Colorado power play opportunity. Sandis Ozolinsh, one time for Joe Sakic, and that's all he needs. Beating Mike Vernon, his 36th career playoff goal, 1-0 Avs. And then watch Patrick Roy. He's a superstitious man, jumping over the red line and the blue line. Then late second, Vincent Damphousse hits a post. Roy's luck was working. Third period, 2-0 Avalanche. Watch a pretty move here from Milan Hajduk, feeding Joe Sakic. He beats Vernon again. In 11 shots against the Sharks this season, Sakic has netted 7 goals, and the Avalanche take this one by a final score of 3-1. Patrick Roy extending his playoff wins record to an even 100, making 42 saves on the night. So the Avalanche take a 1-0 lead with Game 2 set for Monday. Meanwhile, Flyers looking to go.
Colorado hette banans kung Joe Sakic.
Ozolinsh, cross-ice pass, one-timer, Sakic scores! Great pass, great shot, 1-0 Avalanche. What a pass by Sandis Ozolinsh. Puck goes to Milan Hajduk, he moves in, Sakic scores! Hajduk set up Sakic, it's 3-0 Avalanche. And game number 1 in this series is over. Patrick Roy has become the first player ever to win 100 games in the playoffs as a goaltender. A 3-1 victory.
On Roy, who said, "We should know they'll never quit and they're going to be in our face for the rest of the series," a series that entered the Game 2 stage on Monday night. Patrick Roy would be in trouble of a scoreless game in the second period when he leaves his net. Mike Ricci takes advantage, centers to Marco Sturm, who's robbed by Roy. Daryl Sutter says, "Let me see that one again," or "Let me see that one again." Sturm's stick saved by Roy. If Sturm had gone top shelf, it would be 1-0. San Jose instead were scoreless with 3 minutes into the third period. Vincent Damphousse wrist one by Roy. It's 1-0 Sharks. Less than 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Avs in the power play down 1-0. Adam Foote shoots it wide, but it ricochets off of Mike Vernon and in. Foote credited with the goal. We're tied at 1, and we go to overtime. In the extra session, Avalanche turn it over on their own blue line, leaving Owen Nolan right on the doorstep, and Roy stones him. That was huge because 1 minute later, Joe Sakic in the corner. Centers to Milan Hajduk, and hey, the Avs have an overtime win in San Jose. 2-1 is your final. Hajduk a goal and assist. Roy faced only 24 shots in this contest, stopped 23 of them. Colorado squeezed off 36 shots on Mike Vernon. Now remember, because of that terrible tragedy in Colorado, the scheduling of this series was shifted. So now this series goes back to Colorado for 3 games as the Avs have a 2-0 lead. Stuart.
Andra matchen mellan San Jose och Colorado skulle The Sharks utjämna till 1-1 i matcher. Efter 2 mållösa perioder slog lagets senaste nyförvärv till och gav San Jose ledningen.
Damphousse moves in, takes a shot, he scores! And it's 1-0 San Jose.
Colorado kvitterade till 1-1 genom Adam Foote och övertid måste till för att få en segrare i den andra matchen.
Sakic gets a hold of it, nobody in front. Now there is centering pass, they score! Milan Hajduk for Joe Sakic, and the Avalanche lead the series 2-0 as the rookie gets the winner.
Colorado, where it was supposed to have started last week. But as we all know, the horrific school shooting moved matters out to San Jose. And on Wednesday, the Avs returned home up 2-0. Said Joe Sakic of the homecoming, "I'm sure it's going to be emotional." Added his coach Bob Hartley, whose son plays in the Littleton youth hockey program. "We dedicate our playoff to Columbine High School, and part of paying respect to them is playing great hockey."
To the victims, families, students, faculty, and staff, our hearts will always be with you. We are Columbine.
The Avs wearing the Columbine High patch on their uniforms. Second period, Avs down 1-0. Peter Forsberg drives and somehow it gets into the net past Mike Vernon. Mike Vernon's upset because here's how it got into the net, by Peter Forsberg deflecting it in with his glove. It's not intentional, so the goal stands, as does the 1-1 tie. Let's go to the third. That's your score. Mike Vernon stones Milan Hajduk, who scored the game winner in Game 2. We're still tied at 1. Later in the third, Mike Ricci steals the puck, feeds Marco Sturm, who beats Roy. with 10 and change to go. Sturm's first gives the Sharks a 2-1 lead, and now Ricci feeds Sturm again. And Sturm beats Waugh again. 2 goals for Sturm on the night, a goal and 3 assists for Ricci. The Sharks win 4-2, and so the road team wins for the 3rd time in as many games in this series. Mike Ricci becomes the first player with 4 points against Colorado all season. Mike Vernon made 34 saves to win for the first time in his last 5 playoff starts.
3 spelades sen i Colorado där en rookie skulle komma att vända på steken.
And Ricci gets it back again to Sturm. Shot! Marco Sturm with the blast, and the Sharks lead 2-1. Here's a pass to Marco Sturm. A breakaway. Score! Marco Sturm scores! He scores! It's 3-1.
Night in Game 3, but Colorado came out with more jump in tonight's Game 4. Adam Deadmarsh taking the feed from Claude Lemieux, and he snaps it past Mike Vernon. It's 1-0 Colorado. Patrick Waugh, the all-time leader in playoff wins, steals a goal here off Mike Ricci. Check out Waugh getting the paddle down.
And a great save on Ricci on the rebound. Oh my goodness!
And then but the Avs come right back and add to the lead. Theo Fleury to Adam Foote, nifty little backhander, goes 5-hole, and it's 2-0 for Colorado. But the Sharks will roar back. 2 goals, 28 seconds apart. The second coming off the stick of Bill Holder, and it's 2-2. The Sharks, a pesky bunch. Meanwhile, Mike Vernon made some big-time stops for the Sharks. Gets Joe Sakic once, and then on the wraparound. But the Avs do regain the lead. No chance for Vernon on this one as Sakic shakes his head. Milan Hajduk will get the shot, and he bounces it off Jeff Norton's skate right there between the legs. No chance. It was 3-2 for Colorado. But back come the Sharks. 5-on-3 power play. Koroluk and Marlowe combine on a beauty. 2 young players with a huge goal for the Sharks. 3-3 after 2, and then in the third, the Sharks put the bite on the favored Avs. Koroluk on the wraparound makes it 4-3, and then it's Damphou shorthanded. Beats his former Habs teammate with a nifty move. 5-3 San Jose, and then an Avalanche giveaway. Marco Sturm is stopped, but there's Mike Ricci to bang it in. That made it 6-3. That chased Patrick Waugh from the game. That look says it all. 7-3 the final. How about the Sharks? Colorado's lost 4 straight home playoff games dating back to last year. Game 5 in this one goes tomorrow in Denver.
They go up 3-1 on San Jose. Third period tied at 3. Alexander Koroluk behind the net and beating Patrick Waugh. Koroluk's first goal of the series, 4-3 Sharks. Same score, Avs power play. Joe Sakic, Sandis Ozolinsh, Peter Forsberg right out in front, but he loses the puck, and then Vincent Damphousse comes out of there with it as he just outskates everybody and gets the shorthanded goal. His second of the series, 5-3 Sharks. Same score, Theo Fleury turns it over. Marco Sturm on net. Mike Ricci is there to clean up the mess. Ricci's second of the series, 6-3 Sharks. Waugh gets yanked. 6 goals on 24 shots in the game. Later in the third, 6-3 Sharks. Avs power play, but it just doesn't matter. It's Damphousse again, another shorthanded goal. This one past Craig Billington. Second shorthanded goal of the night for Damphousse as the Sharks win it 7-3, so they guarantee themselves another home playoff game. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. The visiting team has won all 4 games in this series. This was the Avs' 4th straight home playoff loss dating back to their first-round collapse against the Oilers last year. Well, suddenly, Sharks-Avs series has been its unpredictability. Let's see, the home team has lost all 4 games. The Avs' potent power play, 3rd best in the league in the regular season, has scored as many goals in the last 3 games as Vincent Damphousse scored shorthanded goals in the 3rd period Friday. And the line of Alexander Koroluk, Patrick Marleau, and Tony Granato, none of whom had played more than 7 minutes in Game 3, combined for 7 points in Game 4. We head to Denver to see if the trend would continue in Game 5, and the Sharks starting Steve Shields in the net, resting Mike Vernon. Would it work? In a word, no. First period Avalanche shorthanded. It just doesn't matter. Peter Forsberg making Shields look silly. Second of the playoffs for Forsberg, 1-0 Avs. Second period, Avalanche power play. Theo Fleury gets the goal, and he is pumped. 2 goals and an assist for Fleury. Avs up 2-0. Just a minute 40 later, the Sharks turn it over in the neutral zone. It's Fleury to Joe Sakic. He beat Shields, 3rd of the playoffs for him. Avs up 3-0. A mere 49 seconds later, Claude Lemieux Firing one past Shields. Lemieux. Vela, good. First of the series for him. 3 goals in 2:29. And Mike Vernon will have to pick up the pieces in Game 6 as the Avs take a 3-2 series lead with a 6-2 win. Shields, who was 9-0-2 in his last 11 regular season starts, really struggled between the pipes in this one. Waugh recovered from Friday night's debacle, 29 saves en route to his 102nd career playoff win.
I think we're a team that is going to have to learn to earn. And this is thing in the past. We earn without learning and without working as hard and with winning with our talent. Now we're going to learn to earn what we deserve.
We knew that you know, our big boys haven't played very well in the series, and you know, it was time for us to step up and you know, be accountable.
Well, we told you about Waugh's struggles on Friday. It was the 7th time since he joined the Avs that he allowed 6 goals in a game, 2nd time in the playoffs. As you can see, he has followed up all 7 of those games with wins, allowing a total of just 9 goals.
Var Peter Forsberg redo.
Rebound, Lemieux, once, twice, rebound, shot, score! The Avalanche have arrived in the series. They have the lead.
Nights can be grueling, but depending on who you work with, it's not nearly as emotionally and physically draining as lacing them up, pounding it out in an NHL playoff game. 3 times in the last 4 nights is the hectic schedule the Colorado Avalanche and San Jose Sharks have endured. But with hard work comes reward. A win Monday for the Sharks. They'd get to play a 4th game in 5 nights Tuesday on ESPN2. A loss, they'd get all the rest they want. As for Game 6, physical from the start. Forsberg, with a point in every series of this game, gets muscled off the puck by Marcus Ragnarsson. No score in the second. Forsberg, his shot is blocked. Theo Fleury is right there when it matters most, beating Mike Vernon. Fleury's 3rd of the postseason, 1-0 Colorado. Take another look. Actually, Vernon appears to redirect the shot in with his own stick. It happens. Later in the second, Forsberg's troubles continues. Elbows old Avalanche teammate Mike Ricci. Forsberg goes to the penalty box. 2 minutes for elbowing there. On the ensuing power play by the Sharks, Jeff Friesen, a hero for San Jose in this series, feeding Bill Holder. Fires the knuckler by Patrick Waugh. Holder's 3rd straight game with a goal. We're tied. Still tied at 1 in the 3rd. More physical play. Chris Drury rides Ragnarsson into the boards with a bench door wide open. Painful just to look at. Ragnarsson would have to leave the game. Meanwhile, the Sharks pumped up, and they have an answer. Joe Murphy, the shot. Jeff Friesen, the slides. The rebound by St. Patrick Waugh. 2nd of the playoffs for Friesen. 2-1 Sharks. Still 2-1 Avalanche extra man Sandis Ozolinsh. Blast. Beats Mike Vernon. We are tied at 2. Later, Sharks getting payback for Ragnarsson. Ron Sutter tripping Stefan Yell, and Yell would be flying, and he'd have to leave. On to overtime now. What a series. 14 minutes in. Joe Sakic, the wrister, and the rookie Milan Hajduk bangs home the rebound and gives the Avalanche the victory and the series as the Colorado Avalanche beat Vernon and the Sharks in 6 games. You know what? The road team has won 5 of the 6 games in this series. 22 of the 41 games so far in the first round, by the way, have been decided by a single goal. As for Joe Sakic, he had 2 assists in this game, and he and Forsberg each had points in all 6 of the games. So the Avalanche will move on to face the Red Wings in the Western semifinals, and you know about their history. These 2 teams have a very competitive history, especially in the postseason. Each has won 1 series, 6 games, and scored 32 goals head-to-head. Detroit won the 97 meeting in the conference finals en route to the Stanley Cup title, while Colorado took a similar route to its title in 96. A memorial
against the San Jose Sharks as well, but everybody was wondering, have the real Colorado Avalanche finally shown up in this series or what? After taking a beating on their home ice in Game 4, Colorado did bounce back and whip the Sharks in Game 5 to take a 3-2 series lead. But the Sharks had proven to everyone they are not going away easily, and any more overconfidence from the Avs would surely mean a Game 7. Mike Vernon back between the pipes for San Jose after resting for Game 5. He was tested early. Theo Fleury walks out, fires through a crowd. Vernon got him with a pad. Then Sharks in the power play. They need to boost to Friesen on the doorstep, but Patrick Waugh was there. No love lost here. Claude Lemieux is going to dump Mike Ricci, and then Forsberg with a little extra shot just for extra measure here. Teammates there. Still in the first, Adam Foote feathers it to Lemieux. Vernon gets the toe and stops Sakic, or knocks it just wide. Second period, still no score. Forsberg with a shot. It is blocked. Fleury follows and beats Vernon. That's his third of the playoffs. 1-0 Avalanche. But the Sharks respond on the power play. Bill Holder walks in, and a knuckler fools Patrick Roy. That's Holder's third of this series, and it's all tied up 1-1. Third period getting rough. Aaron Miller, the elbow on Marco Sturm. No penalty, and Sturm left the game with a jaw injury, and he was woozy. Then Chris Drury takes Marcus Ragnarsson into the boards with the gate open. Ragnarsson left with a hip contusion. The Sharks don't relent. Joe Murphy slips it to Adam Foote. His shot is blocked. Friesen collects the garbage, and it's 2-1 San Jose. But Friesen promptly then took a terrible interference penalty, and the Avs made him pay on the power play. Sandis Ozolish, 2-2. Under 40 seconds to go. Roy down and out. Rouse with the empty net, but somehow it's blocked by one of the players in front. To OT. The Sharks had a 4-minute power play. They had 2 posts in that OT. Bad sign, because you know it's only a matter of time, and there is your winner. Milan Hajduk with his second overtime winner of this series. Pretty clutch stuff for a rookie, and the Avalanche win it 3-2, and with that finally eliminate a very game San Jose Shark team. Joe Sakic points in all 6 games. He had an assist on that goal as well. 3 goals and 9 assists. Right behind him, Theo Fleury with 11 points in this series, 3 goals and 8 helpers. And you know what this means, everybody who loves hockey out there. Colorado, Detroit, second round. Bring it on.
Front of the net, Ragnarsson coming in off the left point. Nolan has 2 defensemen moved into the slot, and now they're retreating. Forsberg's after the puck, trying to get away from Rafsky. He's alone in front. He scores! By Peter Forsberg, 1-0 Avalanche.
Well, sooner or later they were looking for Forsberg to break. Now here's a bit of a mismatch. Rafsky is all by himself. They're in good position here, but Forsberg has the angle. He's going in. Tough play for Rafsky. He tries to get the angle on him and haul him down. He doesn't. And then much like Vincent D'Amfous last night, the old forehand back to the backhand. Watch Steve Shields go across to his right. And at the last second, Forsberg goes back.